Good morning there. Today is Monday.
Yeah.
Our chef Erwin is awesome. In the morning he cooks us breakfast every day, and when we have dinner here he cooks that too. Every time he asks us what we want to eat, and as long as the ingredients we want aren't too unusual or exotic, he'll be able to get it to us. And then we have all the other cool staff members. We have Katura in the morning who drives us around everywhere. We have Elvis at night who serves as our waiter. And we have Andres who's our villa manager. And the cool thing is they usually get us whatever we want on demand. But then again, it could also turn me into a pretty lazy person, which obviously isn't a good thing. So since today really is our last full day here at Peter Island, I want to talk about something that in economics is called diminishing marginal utility. But first, some lunch. So let's say that I have a box of donuts, and the amount of pleasure that I get from consuming the first donut is 20 udels. Now udels is just an arbitrary measure of pleasure. So having eaten this first donut, I'm not as hungry as before, so when I eat the second donut, I don't get as much pleasure from it. So let's say I get 15 udels. This is diminishing marginal utility. This number will keep going down and down. And if I have too many donuts, the number of udels could actually go negative if I, for example, start to have a heart attack. And believe it or not, diminishing marginal utility has also happened to me here on Peter Island. Hey look, it's an iguana. Yesterday there was a goat here too. The sun is setting on another day. When we first got here, we were completely wowed by the helipad, the flora and fauna, and of course this beautiful villa. That first night we couldn't wait to try out the pool, and the next day we spent the whole afternoon at the beach. Wow, these huge prawns. But as the week progressed on, we spent less and less time doing that kind of stuff. Because the marginal utility for doing those same activities over and over again went down. In other words, it's habituation. Your response to stimuli that are presented over and over again gradually goes down. So, what are the implications of this not so surprising phenomenon? Well, for one, it explains that saying of not having too much of a good thing. And also explains why I get bored very easily during summer. In the summer, if I'm not going anywhere or not hanging out with other people, there aren't any new exciting challenges to take. At least when school's in session, I have to deal with homework and tests and showing up. And sure, long-term goals always exist, but it's so much easier to deal with immediate ones. More lumpia. Chicken adobo. Giant prawns.
Where do you get those from?
Wow. Diamond dreams. Strawberry ice cream. So it seems that the simplest way of overcoming diminishing marginal utility is to continue to find new things to do, to continue to find excitement in life. That way, more often than not, you're always consuming the first unit of a good. And of course, that's the one that yields the most utility. But this solution isn't very practical for very obvious reasons. I think a better strategy is spreading out excitement, spreading out all the good stuff over longer periods of time. That way, habituation has time to decline. So if I follow these strategies, it means that sometimes it's okay to be bored. It's sometimes okay for good things to end. So why did I make this vlog about marginal utility today? I'll be honest, I have selfish reasons. I am taking a preemptive strike at post-vacation nostalgia by brainwashing myself. See, every time I get home from these extended trips, I always have this feeling of wanting to go back there. I know that rosy retrospection does play a big part in this nostalgia because I know that not everything about traveling is great. But for this trip especially, there really isn't too much that I really want to escape from. But I also know that the longer I stay, the more bored I will become of this place. Which means that if I actually get to come back next time, I won't like it as much. That's diminishing marginal utility. But honestly, I have done most of the activities available in and around the island, so there really isn't much to do. I mean, the early part of this trip was all about having fun and excitement, but the latter part was more about relaxing. I definitely got to do that, and I feel that I'm very well recuperated, so I think I'm ready to go back to San Francisco and enjoy the rest of my summer. I'll definitely miss this place, but hopefully not too much. So I'll catch you all tomorrow. Long, long flights to deal with.